two teams, of course, in his glittering career. We've heard from him in the build-up. We're going to give him a chance to catch his breath after coming up the 4 flights of stairs to join us here in the commentary box. But the two teams are out on the pitch already, and we are looking forward to some real fireworks. Remember, a second leg coming next Saturday at the Lucas Moripa Stadium in Atteridgeville. So this might be a little cagey tactical affair today as they look both of these sides to gain some sort of advantage for the return leg next weekend. Right, let's introduce you to the two lineups. Orlando Pirates, 5 changes from the team that lost in the league to Marumo Gallants on Tuesday. Van Rooyen in for his first outing this season at right back. Mbata as well gets his first run out in midfield. He replaces Mariko. And 3 changes up front. Sibelebele Mahopo into the lineup, and Mofokeng restored after starting off the bench in midweek. So again, Coach Wadu rings the changes. This is Mamelodi Sundowns' lineup. Only 2 changes. Modiba in on the left-hand side in place of Divine Lungu. That'll give him a bit more traction going forward. And of course, Tashik Matthews as well, who takes the place of the youngster Tukwano Letlaku, who was a little disappointing in the 45 minutes that he played on Tuesday against Amazulu. Well, Miguel Cardoso with the league title, but no cup trophy so far in this country. And today, Lukolo Badi leading the refereeing team. Hara Mokwena was named assistant referee of the season for the last season, and Kamelo Ramatsindani is our other official. Right, Teko, take us through the tactical lineup.
Yeah, with all the changes that has been made, especially after disappointing results midweek, Mufukeng coming back, he'll be expected to be the player that adds on into that midfield, where it allows Houghton out to bump forwards and bring on those crosses, where Mahopo becomes such an important player inside that box. But yet again, Van Rooyen, I think that's a position that they've been struggling with, to have somebody that pushes up, also adding numbers. But I think the most important part of this game from a lot of parts will be Mbata in that midfield, where he hasn't been playing any game this season. For Mamelodi Sundowns, with all the changes, the 2 changes, Modiba and Matthews brings that running beyond the defense, and with all the fluidity that they have, the continuity that they have within Mamelodi Sundowns lineup.
Interesting to see the young Mbokazi leading the lineup today. Remember, Kosinati Sidisi is injured for this encounter. They might have given the armband to the veteran Dion Hotro, but he will prefer to concentrate on his own affairs on the left-hand side. Mamelodi Sundowns have got a good support here today. There are a lot of fans away on the left-hand side behind the goal supporting them, so they will feel perhaps not as daunted as they might coming here to Orlando. What a fairy tale story it's been for Mbakazi this season, into the lineup after the mid-season break, and then even a Bafana cap in those friendlies in June as well. He looks a massive prospect for the future. Tembazwane to lead the attack with Salez, and of course Ikram Reyners, who's already got 3 goals this season. So we're underway. These are the 2 teams, Teko, one would expect will be challenging for honours this season, and we get a little peek here today of their credentials head-to-head. It's 2 big bulls in a very small crowd.
It is indeed. If we sport to get such a picture early on into the season, and I know there's been talks about both teams not starting very well through the season, but whatever this picture is, we're expecting high performances from all those players that are on the pitch.
Interception there from Siema, just his second outing, the signing from Galaxy, and the pace down this right-hand side now. Oh, that's a lovely turn from Sibelebele. Now, can he cut inside? Trying to lay it back. Salas does ever so well to come out and help with the defence. Maybe Sibelebele was looking for a little bit of personal glory there, when a square pass might have been a better option. But what a cracking start to the game here.
I mean, it is. I mean, Sibelebele, that's why he's brought into the lineup, to be able to force Modiba defensively, knowing that Modiba doesn't have the speed that he possesses. Those balls are going to be so important to find him in those spaces, but he gets right into that space. We're expecting other players as well to be inside the box. Nonetheless, we're trying to go for individual glory there, but good defensive work that has been done by Salas.
Sibelebele did not go on the Spain pre-season camp. He was only signed from Galaxy after they came back, so the coach hasn't had as much of a look at him as he perhaps has at the other new players, but it's very difficult to leave out a player with his pacing quality, as we saw with the Galaxy, of course, last season. Now Saleh's beaten in the challenge by Bokazi. Well, we expected maybe a cagey chess-like affair. This is two teams going at each other from the kickoff, and that's exactly what everyone watching would like to see. Yoa out on that right-hand side, gets the nod ahead again of Basadin, who was a surprise choice on the right side in a couple of the games. Again, no Kuliso Mudau and no Lucas Ribeiro. Still no real clarity from the club on what's happening with those two players. We do know Shalolilia, of course, who missed the opening game, has been on the bench for the last two matches and is a sub again today. Now Matthews looking to get Modiba away. I think he's still heaving from that early run, chasing Sibele Bele.
Yes, of course. Still trying to find his breathers. It's going to be one of those games whenever he needs to be very careful. When Orlando Pirates has the ball, he needs to at least tuck in, force Sibele to have the ball in his feet, force Sibele to dribble him, because with the space, it's going to be very, very difficult for Modiba. But yet again, also Sibele will be forced to defend, because Modiba pushes up a lot going forward. And with Matthews as well, the job on the right-hand side for Orlando Pirates is going to be very, very tricky. But also knowing that Mamelodi Sundowns are a footballing team, that midfield is going to do a lot of running.
Mbata chosen ahead of Sihle Ndule, who did impress, it must be said, in his opening match here in the quarterfinals. A fairly comfortable win against Polokwane City. They looked so good in the opening 20 minutes or so, Orlando Pirates, of that particular match. Really moved the ball around well. Now Mahopa looking to get Sibele Bele going. Kekana with a cover. This is a game in the past where we've seen some real magic from Rele Mofokeng. You remember the Nedbank Cup final heroics, the last match as well. This now, Tico, I think it's going to be his first touch. It's all been on the right-hand side with Sibele Bele. Lovely ball, though, looking for Hotto. Out comes Ronwen Williams.
And he has grown to become a player that is made for big games, that is Mofokeng. Whenever he plays against Mamelodi Sundowns, he seems to find his fit. And yet, this season hasn't started very, very well. He was on the bench, he came on a substitute against Gallants, even though he couldn't impact the game the way he wanted. But whenever he starts against Mamelodi Sundowns, he becomes such an important player. That partnership on the left-hand side with him and Horto is always deadly.
Kwena with a lovely ball in for Rainers, but well read by Bokazi. It's a young centre-back pairing today for the Buccaneers. Siema, who had his 23rd birthday on Thursday. Bokazi, who will turn 20 next month. Experienced Tapelo Koki left on the bench. Remember, Sesani is still out injured, so Nda as well as Sabisi. So a little bit of a crisis in that department at the moment for the Buccaneers.
That's why they had to rely on the young ones there to do the job. Of course, during the week they were tested a little bit. Siema lost a couple of balls, but this is a game as well. You don't need any motivation. Full crowd, you're expected to perform well.
Oh, what a ball from Sales, but offside, Matthews. Won't count. The crowd behind belatedly realizing the flag was up. It went up very early as well before Matthews made contact. It was a great ball though from Artur Sales. Maybe Matthews just a second or two ahead. Let's have a look here.
Yeah, nice ball being played. Oh, it looks like Mborazi was trying to play him. It's very, very, very tight today, but those are the spaces that Matthews will always occupy. And with Salas as well, whenever Mamelodi Sundowns are in position on the left-hand side, he tucks in.
Now stolen away here by Zwane. Allende, he's going to set up Sales. Sales with the left foot. It's going to ricochet here for Zwane, who is onside. Flag stays down. That's a goal kick. Well, Zwane disagrees. Well, that was a very good opportunity coming from a defensive error. So there are nerves out there at the back for the Buccaneers.
They are, and those are also the signs that they've shown against Mamelodi Gallants when there's two new partnership as centre-back for Orlando Pirates. Not really that comfortable on the ball. The synergy hasn't been there yet, and Mamelodi Sundowns will try to take advantage of that. Whenever they start building from the back, they'll try and press and making sure that they don't get the rhythm and try to score from there.
Our cameraman showing you conclusively there the last touch of Zwane. Good decision by the officials. Now Otto on the chase. Can he keep this in play? Flags up. But, make it in terms of staying in bounds from Otto. Modiba with Sibele very quickly closing him down, and he had his eye on Sibele. They gave the ball away. Siama to Van Rooyen. Van Rooyen left out. Shandu played at right back in the first game. They had the new signing from Baroka, Mashilawani, in the next two matches. Tito Masangani right back helping out. Nambokazi gets pickpocketed by Sales. Allende. Here is Zwane on the edge of the area looking for Reyners. Cleared by Mofokeng. Up to Mahopa. The pace again now. Sibele thinking about putting on the afterburner. Lovely running here from Mahopa. He always drags defenders all over the place. Hard working. Holding off Modiba. Doing well. He's challenging in there. There's a little unlucky for Sibele. Stood on the ball, and there's space here now for Sales. Offside. It's just a question of timing.
I mean, he does that every game, but Reyners see a little bit of patience whenever Mamelodi Sundowns on the ball, just to stay on the side, because he does have pace. He needs to trust his pace more. But yet again, that Orlando Pirates playing that high line becomes a little bit dangerous, because Sales has the type of passes. They need to be very aware as to then where the player is. Maybe step back a little bit when there's no pressure on the ball, just to give enough space and time for you to be able to defend.
Mofokeng, Otto, touch in there from Cupido. With the Buccaneers. There's Van Rooyen. Mata, his first real contribution. Middle as well. And Nduli will be a combination I fancy in the engine room.
Yeah, and I also strongly believe that when they had Mariko in that midfield with Nduli during the week, they do have a sort of a balance, because it allowed Hoto to get into those dangerous areas to be able to bring crosses, because it doesn't worry much about defending. Yes, Mbata, if he comes regular with Nduli, there will be a formidable partnership in that midfield.
Could be chasing there just in case. Williams said leave it to me. To Sales. Oh, he's playing so well. He had a great game against Amazulu. Good turn as well. Now Reyners settled for the throw-in. Tembazwani there. Was there a whistle that went a little early? Zwane, is he in a bit of trouble here physically? No? He doesn't look too convincing there, Tembazwani. He's trying to run a little now and see if he's okay. Remember, ACL kept him out for much of last season. He's putting on a bit of gas here, tracking down the goalkeeper, so that looks a little more promising. Bata back to Chain, and the pressure. Oh, Tembazwani does not look good.
Nice control there from the coach.
Teko. About Zwane.
Yeah,
Keeping an eye on him.
I think he's limping a little bit. Maybe stretched the muscle. Maybe he's trying to get warm to see if he can play.
He doesn't look happy.
Yeah, he doesn't at all.
Saw that little ball in, and then he almost hobbled. He's not going in for the challenge there either. He's saying, "Take me off." Oh, that's a real pity, because Themba Zwane had such a horrible season last year, missing all of the action except right at the end. He even didn't get a chance to play in the Champions League final. Came back for the Club World Cup, but he's done something to his thigh muscle there. And it's the esteem in which he's held by everybody that Sipho Chain comes to see if he's okay. There are the options: Adams, Obas, and Kolisi.
Man, it's just unfortunate for Themba Zwane to be experiencing such injuries, especially when you get to that age. I think it becomes important as well in how you get him managed from the training, from the also number of games that you played. And I mean, we know that he's eyeing for that AFCON tournament as well with the Bafana, and also coming back into the team after he had such a good tournament in FIFA Club World Cup. I'm sure that this is a setback for him, because he's a player that is such an important part of Mamelodi Sundowns. Whenever he's on the pitch, he brings rhythm, he brings so much confidence into the team.
So Williams takes over as skipper. Zwane is stretched off, and it looks as if Jaden Adams will come on in his place. He turned 36 earlier this month, Zwane. Oh, that's going to be a blow. The referee in debate here with Sundowns works in their favour a little bit, because they can get the sub on quicker than expected. This is Zwane stretching. Oh, as it landed there, he might have just pulled the thigh muscle.
Yeah, can see that he's trying to grab it as well, and that's such an unfortunate thing. And you can see, because Themba Zwane is the person that as well, we know him before last season's injury. He's not a player that really gets injured and trains so well. And especially when it gets to the 36, 35, that's where the injuries is going to start coming in, creeping in a little bit.
The recovery, of course, takes so much longer.
Yep.
Now, Mahopa. He's eager to impress Mahopa. Radio Pane's been the first choice striker for Pirates up until today's match in the opening 3 games of the season for them. It's disappointing from Van Rooyen on the right. It's an important game for Van Rooyen as well. There's a lot of competition in that role, but Lile Shandu looked really good in the first game against Polokwane City. Here comes Adams, so they're back to a full complement Mamelodi Sundowns. Rich history, of course, between these two clubs. In the last 40-45 years of competition, Mamelodi Sundowns definitely leading the head-to-head stats. But, and of course, they beat Orlando and won 4 of their last 5 visits. But the last match between these two teams was victory for Pirates. In fact, Pirates have won 2 of the last 3, if you include the Nedbank Cup final, end of the season before last. Looking to find Hotto, doesn't. It always offers a little incentive for strikers to try and close him down.
Yeah, because he's a ball-playing goalkeeper, adds so much depth when Mamelodi Sundowns are in position of the ball. They can trust him, he's good on his feet. And especially when you have a striker that is Mahopa that presses like that, you want to engage a goalkeeper of Williams' caliber to bypass the pressing line and to free midfielders with just one pass, which becomes important.
Good we go to Allende. almost finding Sales. Cut out by Mofoke. Allende now. Adams, his first contribution. 114 matches between these two sides before today. Sundowns 47 wins, Pirates 34. And 33 draws. Both of these sides were at this stage of this competition last season, and Pirates, of course, went on to win it. Sundowns were knocked out by Stellenbosch. Gets away from Matthews. Chairman Motsepe and Flemingberg, the technical director, the ever-present Sugar Mabunda as well. Flick on from Adams, Allende, Sales. Licked away by Mofoke. Now a bit of pressure on Siema, does well. Finds Mahoba, good first touch as well from the big man. And strong. Holding off the challenges. Here comes Hotto. Crowd urging him forward. Maswanganyi. Offside.
You see Orlando Pirates trying to use the speed going forward, taking a little bit of risk now by Hotto not defending so much at the back, adding more numbers going forward because there is no right winger from a Mamelodi Sundowns point of view. So whenever they come out, they can actually use him. Here you can see that Mamelodi Sundowns trying to hold that line because of the speed that Orlando Pirates possess. They're always going to be dangerous in those transitions.
Kano was orchestrating that offside line and applauded his teammates as they held it firmly and caught Mofoke out. Just the MTN 8 matches this weekend on the local football calendar. Football lovers, after a very busy opening 3 weeks of this new season, have their Sunday off tomorrow. So plenty of midweek matches coming up as well in the Betway Premiership. Pirates have got Stellenbosch here on Wednesday, and Sundowns are off to take on Mangesi at the same time up in Shishego. Of course, on your World of Champions. They won't be worried about the league right now. It's MTN 8 advantage that both teams will be looking for. This is the only competition domestically where we have 2 legs, and it's only reserved for the semi-finals. So this is quite a unique match today in terms of the calendar, as well as next week's return games. Siema. Van Rooyen is disappointed again with his delivery, and maybe a little rust from Dino Van Rooyen.
Yeah, it is a little bit rusty. It's the first game of the season against your arch rival, which is Mamelodi Sundowns. You're expected to hit the ground rolling. And we know that within the season, all the games that Orlando Pirates have played, they've been changing that position a lot. Maybe they haven't really found, like you alluded earlier on, Shant was very great in the first game. So it is an opportunity for Van Rooyen to showcase the new coaches to them. He is the right man for that job, but he needs to get into the game as soon as possible.
Now, Mokoena surveys what's ahead of him, and it's Rayners running on. Good cover coming across Rayners' path was Bukazi, showing a wise head on a young set of shoulders there. Bata. Mokoena was a little bit too fast with the press there. Now, chance here for Sibele Bele! No, flags up. Isn't going to count. That will come as some relief to Mamelodi Sundowns.
He's going to be the threat today for Mamelodi Sundowns with his speed, and also what I like about him, he doesn't just hog the line, he makes those diagonal runs.
He might not have been offside there, Teko.
He might not be offside there. It's that speed that Mamelodi Sundowns defenders are so scared to drop off because they know that they can catch him, so they want to play that highlight, that offside trap, and becomes dangerous when there's no pressure on the ball, knowing that Sibele Bele is the man to be able to gun.
Well, Linesman of the year might well have got that wrong here on the near side. Let off for Mamelodi Sundowns in these early stages, you wonder. Well, you know, with all of the signings that Pirates have made, a good half dozen new faces at the camp. Sebele putting his hand up as the best bit of business so far in the off-season. The late bit of business at that. There's Kakana crossing the halfway line. It's virgin territory for him. Adams. Pitch looks to be playing very nicely. Here's Reyners. Away by Mofokeng. That's still running along the line. Bata. Challenge from Adams. There's Pirates with Mahopa. Gets the free kick.
Mahopa becomes such an important player. I mean, he moves around, he causes stress for Mamelodi Sundowns defense, and he's also comfortable as well on the ball. And is very, very strong, so they are going to have a handful there, Cupido and Kikana. And also what he does as well, whenever he drops into that midfield, he allows the runners actually to go past him. With Sebele now being additional in terms of the runners, they look so dangerous whenever they do it.
You see why Cupido was a little upset. He got a touch on the ball there first. Salez loses out. Mofokeng says, leave it to me. Matswanganyi. Mofokeng off his heel. With the clearance, Tashik Matthews with pace. Matswanganyi did well to come back and help. Van Rooyen. Time flies when you're having fun. It's already almost 25 minutes gone. This game was flown by in the early stages because the tempo's been good and full of action. Challenge from Nduli. Offside again. Now Otto is not happy about that. 6 offsides already in this game, Teko. That's perhaps a little too high for players of this quality.
It is too high, but also it tells you about the tempo of the game as well. The anxiety of trying to get into the score sheet a little bit earlier, because as much as we predicted earlier on that it might be a little bit of a cagey game, but yeah, he is here offside.
He's got to go and apologise to the linesman. He made a big noise there on the far side. Also, as well, he's got a busy afternoon with Bukazi breathing down his neck. Allende. He just looks around before he receives the ball, sees there's a bit of space out wide on the right-hand side, and the ball's out of play. Yoba probably just got his angles wrong there, or didn't realise he was that far off the pitch.
Yeah, and also, like, for me as well, is make it easier for your teammate. I think it was so bouncy and then forced him to drift back.
Now, was Sebele offside? Sorry to interrupt you. It's all academic now, but that's something that'll have everybody talking, I'm sure, and Monday night all the experts will be looking at that as well.
100%.
Coach Wadu played 3, 1-1, lost 2. Not the start that new coach at the Buccaneers would be looking for. Siema to Hotto. Mofokeng, great running Hotto. Now, is there anyone in the middle? Cross here for Sebele, who who's so quick, because I thought he was way off the potential of a square pass, but he's got it ahead of the defender so quickly.
And you can see that Modiba's waiting for the ball to actually come to him, and you don't know what's happening behind you. That's why Sibili took advantage, because Modiba couldn't see him. He gets in front of him. If you get a nice touch there, that's a goal for Orlando Pirates. Defensively, you need to know where your opponent is, and you're expecting better from Modiba. That's a good ball here. Hoto continues again, becomes a problem. Bring the balls inside the box, but look at the determination there from Sibili. Just getting in front of Modiba that nearly resulted into a goal.
Well behind as that ball was delivered by Hoto, but he's so quick. Now back with the live play. Ofking is helping out in defence. Atmosphere here at Orlando. Sold out stadium, by the way. It wasn't a ticket to be had from early on in the week. Modiba with a clearing header. Sikhendule to Allende. Possession won back by Sundowns. Sundowns MTN 8 is not the success story that they have in all the other competitions. Only 4 titles over the years, compared to 15 for Chiefs and 13 for Pirates. It's quite a number behind. Could have success against Cape Town City in 2021 on penalties. Teko,
Penalties, and
you were there, weren't you?
no,
Just retired.
No, just retired. But also gets to show you then how slow starters Mamelodi Sundowns are really in this cup competition. They really don't start well, and they find problems whenever they get into the semi-finals. And the last time they won it years ago, and Orlando Pirates has been part of the big problem for them to be able to get into the final to actually go on and to win it. And this, maybe they might feel like it is a big opportunity for them, knowing that Orlando Pirates has a new coach and new players at home where they haven't really found this energy. But since the game has started, Orlando Pirates doesn't show any problems that they actually, faced in the past 2 games.
Well, the famous match between these two, you saw Cardoso going off there, and now he's apologising to the 4th official. The famous meeting between these two teams in the semi-final in this competition, you'll remember, was a 0-0 draw here at Orlando, and then Pirates went away to Pretoria and won 3-0, and after that they changed the coaching structure at Mamelodi Sundowns. Robin Witi and Ulani Mokwena were co-coaches together, but then Mokwena was installed as solo head coach. It's probably one of the best wins that Pirates have had over Sundowns. They've had a couple of heavy defeats as well. 6 goals on 2 occasions conceded to Sundowns. Oops. Modiba caught late by Van Rooyen. Is he going to be the first man in the book? Modiba says thumbs up, I'm okay. Van Rooyen, is he going to get a talking to, or is he going to get a booking? Jimmy Tao in disguise.
It is.
So Van Rooyen just got a talking to there from the referee, not looking perhaps unlucky. Possession statistics led by Sundowns, that's no surprise.
lead, but also Orlando Pirates are allowing Sundowns to have the ball where they don't really get hurt in that midfield. They're playing backwards. They need to find ways out to them to penetrate that Orlando Pirates defense.
Really looking to get Mofokeng out wide, but still in possession there. The Buccaneers switch over to the right again. Siema going forward with confidence, but his ex-Galaxy teammate Sebelebele was on a different wavelength there. The two return legs, by the way, of this MTN 8 semi-final will also be played both next Saturday. So you've got this Sunday off Teko and next Sunday.
You reckon that the second leg of this fixture will also be a sold-out, or maybe it will be result-driven today?
It's a good question, because all the Buccaneer fans travel to Atteridgeville if their team is in trouble. Yes, Matthews! But Chain was out quickly. Kept his eye on the ball there, the goalkeeper. It's easy to be distracted.
Very smart from him, using his experience, be able to read the game and anticipate those Matthews runs, because he ever makes those runs, especially when Arthur has the ball. So you need to be very careful there, and he does very well. That is China.
Masanganye. Otto's offside again. This time I think he knows it too.
But look at where Otto is. Normally you expecting him to be on the left back position, but look at the number, look at the bravery that Orlando Pirates are having today. He's making those runs. Now he's just made a run in a central part where both centre backs of Mamelodi Sundowns are playing. They want to use that speed going forward. It's just unfortunate he finds himself in an offside position there. He is again offside.
Yeah. Too quick for his own good sometimes. Middle, first touch puts him under a bit of pressure. He's such a clever player, gets himself out of trouble. Here's Adams, nice touch from him. Looking to feed Matthews. Siema storming forward again. Mofokeng's coming in on the far side. The pass though to Mahopa, a little shy. This is where Sundowns' stats in terms of possession are higher than Pirates. As pointing out, a lot of passing, but not too much in terms of penetration.
I'm sure though that's something that we have to go and have a conversation about, because it's all good and well having possession, but you need to make sure that you get those numbers forward. You need to make sure that you engage Reynolds with those runs, Atu as well, Matthews as well. So you need to have more forward passes and force Matthews, especially in that midfield.
Well, to keep that in play, but now Sullers, Adams, Allende, Reynolds onside. Cuts inside, right-footed effort, no real power. Opportunity on the edge of the area, and you're looking for a little bit of trouble. There were other options for Raiders, it must be said.
Especially inside the box, I thought you would just play the ball just across, because you want your players to be able to run into it.
Now Mofokeng's given the ball away. Here's Matthews. Adams. Lovely pass to Raiders. Didn't fire first time, and gives Mbokazi an opportunity to make a good challenge.
I think Ekrem was actually expecting that ball, because you can see Adam bypass Salas and play to Reynolds, who was in a good position, but the ball just got stuck on his feet and he had to think on his feet. And that's a striker that is on form. You're expecting to, you need to be in that area, expecting that any ball can come to you, but good defense there been done by Mbokazi.
First corner of the game, and, with 10 minutes to half-time. Marcelo Allende curls it in, free header to Boko Mokoena from the set piece. Mamelodi Sundowns are in the lead. Not the kind of goal you want to give away.
Not the kind of goal you want to give away, indeed. And we know that with the Mamelodi Sundowns, they're not a team that is really thrives in set pieces and be able to score. But again, they find themselves free inside the box there. Mokoena with an outswinger. Orlando Pirates will be very disappointed as to then how they position themselves when you have Mahopo, you have Mbogazi, Talente, you've got Tehoto, people that can actually compete for that ball. It's so unlikely Orlando Pirates to let a man free inside the box.
You remember Pirates got caught at set pieces in that Champions League semi-final. He had a free header. It's nicely taken as well by Mokoena. Angled down.
And you can see that Van Rooyen was the person that was marking Mokoena. You can see the challenge, Mokoena coming in, running into the ball. They're always going to have that power. It's always going to be difficult to be able to stop him, but also good ball as well to be played by Allende. Just going away from China, they're allowing Mamelodi Sundowns players to run onto the ball, because before Mokoena, it was Adams that actually rose up and missed the ball.
Mamelodi Sundowns have the lead here against Orlando Pirates in the first leg of the MTN 8 semi-final. Now here is Van Rooyen pushing forward. Good square ball. Sundowns is Jaden Adams, but play continues, and Sales is just going to keep going. Cuts inside two, and another. He's going to take the shot. Good effort, and Rayner's on the counter, and Matthews has his effort saved by Sipho Chain. That could have been two. That should have been two.
That should have been two indeed. This man on the picture here. Good work being done by Salas, continues with his fine form, his fine space around the left. That shot there, good save from Chaine. And look at the ball there, Reyners, that plays into Matthews. Those are just the tap-ins, and those are the most difficult ones as well to score, because you already scored them before scoring them. And I'm sure Matthews is very disappointed, but nonetheless, good footwork as well being done there by Chaine to cross, but just being across the pole to be able to make that double save.
That would have been a massive blow to Pirates had Sundowns scored twice in the space of as many minutes. And their fans, understandably, are in full voice here. He had his chances at the Club World Cup as well, Matthews.
I strongly believe that in every game he does find chances, and isn't anyone Siema trying to play that ball? And that's the incident that happened to Adams as well, who replaced him as one from an injury. It's also not a player that also you want to lose, because then it affects you in terms of the second half, so then the changes that you, as a coach, that you want to make.
Coach talking to the youngsters on the bench. So Kulisi Mabena Leklaku coming through. Now they'll be under pressure now. Coach Wadu. Looking fans, understandably so too. The message to Coach Wadu is we were doing okay in terms of our regular selection. He's gone back today, I suppose, to a more regular selection. Mahopa back in the side. Van Rooyen ended the season as first choice on the right. And Bata was a regular. He played 41 games last season in Bata. This is his first of the new campaign.
Also, maybe a little bit unfortunate as well, having injuries to very important players in important positions. So obviously you have to tweak a little bit there. Of course, as a coach as well, you want to implement your philosophy as well. So it becomes tough, especially in going to a team that has been successful. You're always going to be judged. And also, you can't continue with what was left. You also want to imprint your philosophy. So it becomes very challenging for Coach Wadu.
Salah's outstanding against Amazulu in midweek, and again tonight, this afternoon I should say, excellent form. 5 minutes now to the break. Sales wins it. Allende. He goes a bit far up the pitch. Otto under some pressure. Bokazi. Cupido at the last touch. This young man leading the team today. Perhaps a lack of experience might have cost them at that set piece as well. Here from pitch side, there'll be 3 minutes added on. Still plenty of time for Pirates to get back into this game and onto the score sheet for Sundowns, of course, to double their lead. Space here for Matthews. He's going to go wide out to the right. Reyners waits on the edge of the area. Adams. Challenge Bata. Now, here is Modiba. Just slowing down a little bit now, Mamelodi Sundowns. Vital away goal, it counts as well in the case of a draw, so big advantage here now for the Brazilians, and a little shove there on Mokoena. It's a free kick, which the referee might well have allowed play to continue. Frustration here from Maswanganyi.
It's always going to be that midfield where you see a little bit of a bite there and there. And you want to be also competitive in that midfield. So we're expecting that every time whenever these two teams face, we do see those incidences. And hopefully maybe with the referee as well, we'll make sure that the game goes on smoothly.
Now Matthews almost gets around for Royan, who bites back. Corner it's going to be. This corner will be at the goal behind which Sundowns fans have congregated. One goal from the set piece. What's Allende going to do here now? This one with the right, we'll look to maybe curl it in towards goal. He's going to leave it maybe for the left of Modiba and look for someone around the penalty spot. In the meantime, the referee is having a little word with players pushing and shoving. That little word before a set piece is a complete waste of time. No one listens anyway. Here's Modiba. High one. Back post! He was leaning a little bit on Van Rooyen and Mokoena, and the whistle has gone for a free kick in favour of Orlando Pirates.
And you can see as well with Orlando Pirates, they haven't really swapped as to that who marks who, because still again Van Rooyen is the man that's supposed to mark Mokoena. Yeah, Mokoena gets that head, of course, it's been blown for a foul, but you look at the height as well between the two players. I think from a set piece point of view, they need to look into that. That is Orlando Pirates.
Maswanganyi loses out to Matthews. Still Matthews gets it inside in search of Reyners. Kazi with a clearance. Nice first touch from Van Rooyen. This might set up a counter opportunity. Nduli is Hotto onside. The leg stays down. Is Maswanganyi onside? Yes, says the linesman. Here comes the cross. Belly with a foul on Modiba. Shoulder charge is his protest.
There's also maybe the hand just behind Modiba's back. Maybe that's why he was penalized for the foul.
Just over 2 minutes now before the whistle will go from Mr. Badi for the half-time break. Disappointing for Ronald Williams. Both sides, of course, will play a league game in midweek before they meet again in the second leg next Saturday. Interesting to see whether players from this particular encounter are rested and saved for the return game. Both sides with their full-strength lineup here today. Of course, Sundowns, in case you missed it, losing Tembo Zwane to injury early on in the game, inside the opening quarter hour. Allende, Adams, Reyners, still Reyners, looking for Matthews. Cut out by his former Stellenbosch teammate Van Rooyen. Now Bata up to Sibele. Good skill with the feet as well as wonderful pace. Makopa's done well here. Got around Grant Kakana, but not past Mokoena. 30 seconds remaining in this first half. Chance for Pirates. As Hotto goes forward. Here comes the cross for Makopa! He's offside. Good save, Williams.
Good save indeed. And a good run as well from Makopa. Just lurking behind Grant Kikana, which he does so well by keeping that line, making sure that they are in a straight line, just in case they can't see, they can't find Makopa. But Makopa here far ahead of everybody else. But luckily, because Cupido nearly paid him on the right hand side.
Did very well with that header. He almost waited a little bit, stopped his run, and then leant into it to give it a bit of power, using the power of the cross. Mr. Badi says that's it for the first half. So, Mamelodi Sundowns with the lead. This man, Tebogo Mokoena, with the goal that separates these two sides. It's been a good half for these two teams. But plenty still to come. Today again, another 3 p.m. kickoff, by the way, for the return leg. Mamelodi Sundowns have the advantage. An away goal here to Tebogo Mokoena with the strike from the corner, giving the Brazilians the lead over the Buccaneers. Good high tempo to the first half. Let's hope it continues here in the second. Teko Modise alongside me as our expert analyst. Job well done by Sundowns, I would reckon.
It is a job well done, and we expected the game to be more cagey, more tactical, but the tempo of the game is impressive. These are both sides that are really the best teams in the country right now. They want to showcase, they want to, excite all the fans that are here. So, as things stand, Mamelodi Sundowns are in the driver's seat.
The stats certainly in their favour as well. They led on the corner count, less offsides. There were 8 offsides, by the way, in that first half. Perhaps a little too high for two teams of this quality. 6 of them Pirates and 2 for Sundowns, and of course possession as well dominated by the away side. So Sundowns are back out on the pitch. Orlando Pirates slowly making their way onto the field, and this is the man whose goal separates these two sides. Tebogo Mokoena with that excellent textbook style header into the back of the net to put his side in the lead here. That one change, of course, enforced by injury. Mokoena's 30th goal in his career, by the way. Williams has a little bit of work to do, perhaps not as much as his opposite number. So we're ready to get matters underway here for the second half. No changes. Those will come a little bit later as the two coaches will look to put fresh legs on. Still early stages of the season, so fitness being tested, particularly in a game of this tempo and with the amount of running these two sides have done. Pirates attacking the goal to the left. Sundowns with the throw-in on the far side. What are you expecting here, second half?
especially from a Pirates point of view, to continue how they started, using Sibilibili being the person that they go to, especially within transition, and also possibly as well for Hoto as well to keep going in that regard, because Mamelodi Sundowns, they don't have a right wing, but the problem is that the midfield needs to take care of the ball. They need to be able to be on the ball for them to be able to utilize the type of spaces. Since the second half, I mean later on in the first half rather, Orlando Pirates midfield, they were not strong on the ball. You have Mbata that's supposed to be playing those penetrative passes. Nduli, we haven't seen much of Nduli in that midfield. Masanganye as well, we only saw him going deep down to actually collect the ball. You need to see him high up the pitch where he actually caused problems, where he also scored against Gallants during the week.
Quite a lot of turnovers too, and there again an example of one that Pirates give away a little too easily. Adams caught Siema. Not the first Siema, of course, to play in defence for Orlando Pirates.
He's a coach right now.
I'm sure the coach is watching this game today. Greetings to Lekronolo Siema. Touch from Sibele. Well, Tembazwane, unfortunate. It looked like a thigh injury. I suppose the positive is not the knee, which of course kept him out for almost the entire last season.
And I just also hope that it's a grade 1 tier when you're out for a week and a half and then you're back at it again, because you don't want Tembazwane to be out for so long, especially in the injury, for him to always come back and trying to recover and trying to get more minutes under his belt.
Matthews on the flank, Siema the defender, inside yet to Adams, pass was intended for Rainers. Now Hoto, chased by Sales. So maybe way offside, but Moffo King's clever to play it wide out to Hoto. Now the cross, it gets a bit of a deflection. Falls comfortably for Ronald Williams. It's not getting easier for Dion Hoto, those runs up and down the flank.
And that also forces now Mofokeng rather to always be the person that actually covers him. But when you have two central midfielders from Orlando Pirates, you're expecting one to do that duty. Allow Mofokeng to be out wide, allow Mofokeng to be engaging in that interplaying with him and Masanganye, not him as a left back, because then you're restricting him to become a danger to Mamelodi Sundowns' defense.
Evading the intentions of Eminence Mahopa, who's playing his first game of the season. Long ball here for Sales. Keeper on the edge of the area. Used to be a Pirates tactic in the old days from the goal kicks, running balls hoofed forward by Lee Josephs. Catching the other side unawares because you're not offside.
Yeah. Was one of those receivers as well from him who had a good kick, and every time he has the ball as a wingers, you're required to make those type of runs.
Now Sales has got some pace here, but so is Mbokazi. Holds his ground, the young man.
I'm yet to see a player that will win battles physically with Mbokazi in the PSL. He's such a strong boy, and whenever there's those battles, he always comes on top.
Upper body strength that is impressive, and technical skills as well.
Yep.
Pass here to Hoto. Now Mofokeng, nice little ball for Masanganye. Mahopa waits in the middle. Hoto's got a chance. Oh, that is the Dion Hoto shot, isn't it?
Especially with his weaker foot. And it's always a difficult one because it comes across. It always also difficult if there was a right-footed player, because you need to keep your eyes on the ball. And you can see the good movement from the left-hand side. He's the person that starts it and also finish it. Good combination with Masanganye making that run where he's been fouled by Mofokeng. It's just unfortunate for Hoto not to be able to connect very nicely with the ball. But look at the ball being played here. It's always that difficult one, especially when you're weaker foot. But nevertheless, he continues again, Hoto being a problem going forward and adding numbers going forward.
He had time there. Every now and then, just a rush from Hoto. Now Reyners switching play, looking for Matthews over on the far side. Nice little touch, but Van Rooyen in place. Excellent chance for the Buccaneers to get themselves level on the score sheet. Kick-off tonight for the Stellenbosch Sekhukhune match. Will come live to you from the Derby Craven Stadium in Stellenbosch. Another intriguing encounter. Siema, CDC, Sasani and Ndar still out injured. Centre backs for the Pirates. Ndule looks to find Mofokeng. Now Mofokeng again. Pirates will be looking for him to cause a bit of havoc in that Sundowns defence. Little chip here for Makgopa, lovely ball off the knee, and Makgopa still alive. He's going to get another chance here, and Maswanganyi leaning back as he took that shot over the top.
I mean, look at the touch that Makgopa has inside the box. A clever little ball being played by Mofokeng. We've seen him done this so well, and yet they didn't finish that ball. Yes, yeah, with them. Nduyelo could have done better in that box, but look at the touch here, finding himself trying to buy space. You can see that he's trying to play to Maswanganyi, but then again, the second touch again, you can see here with Maswanganyi going backwards, unable to get the ball inside the target.
It's got to go down as another good chance for Pirates. They've certainly come out much stronger here at the start of the second half. Can they get some reward for their application? Maswanganyi. Too much in the end. Cupido clears it away. Bata and Nduli, and Nduli fouled by Allende. Contesting his innocence, but the final word rests with the referee, Mr. Badi, today. Foul again, yeah. He looked like he took that free kick quickly and hit it straight into touch. Now they're going to get some numbers forward here for the set piece with Hotto and the left foot to swing it in. Bukazi's gone forward, Makgopa's there. Siema, the other centre back. Ndule brings a bit of height in there as well. Swung in by Hotto. Makgopa back onto the right foot. Good block. Gets another bite, but Mokoena to clear. Look at Makgopa chasing back there. Now, Sebele was providing cover for defence. He's one of the shorter players.
Yeah, he is, and also a speedy one, if just in case Sundowns was to break into a counter, is able to recover very well with him and Van Rooyen at the back.
But just reminding everyone what a menace he could be in that penalty area with his height and strength.
Such a problem, a difficult player to defend, because you never know exactly what is it that he's going to do, but he's forever working hard, and no defender wants to be defending that type of a player inside the box.
Kazi looking very studious there with the glasses and the iPad in front and the earpiece for the analysts who are seated just a little bit below us here, high up in the sky at Orlando Stadium. Asking too much advantage there of Modibo with that pass, but he's going to get the corner. Last touch of Sebelebele. This will be the third corner of the game for Sundowns. Pirates have yet to have a corner. Which of those might yet be coming on? Radio Pani and Bule, Apollos, all certainly in contention for a little run out sometime soon. Here comes the corner. Kakana's in there. Otto again. Oh, cut out by Sales. Reyners back to Sales. Possession given away a little needlessly there by the Buccaneers. Chasing. Matthews taking the throw in. Mostly in play. Now Newley losing out. Mokoena for Reyners. Good tackle, but Reyners is it on goal. That's a good save.
Oh, the brilliant save there from China, making himself big. Came out right on time when Reyners also couldn't spot him, so then he's out of his line. But that's what you want from a goalkeeper of China's caliber. You can see here good fighting as well from Reyners. Bogasi unable to clear that ball, falls nicely for him, but China, they're making himself big. Continuing again, keeping a lot of powers in the game.
Reyners with 3 goals already this season, looking for his 70th career goal. The next one will be number 17, and that's excluding all those goals he scored when Stellenbosch was still down in the 2nd division to help them win promotion all those years ago now. This is where the effort fell for Sundowns, really losing out. We've got number 1 and number 2 in the country as far as goalkeepers are concerned on display here today. It comes off Van Rooyen, throw in Sundowns. Time champion. He needs to update that shirt. It's 15 now. There's Mokoena, Allende. Battling away with Van Rooyen, who wins it on this occasion. Maswanganyi driving forward into a crowd of Sundowns players. That's given away again, but the whistle had blown. Well, it's probably perfect time now for Apollos to come on. With an excellent debut against Polokwane City, his old club.
He did, and he's one of those players as well that is able to shoot outside the box, able to play in tight spaces. And he's always going to be a very, very dangerous intrusion into the Orlando Pirates team.
But it's his first game of the season, so maybe just feeling a little bit. Again, looking for a few instructions here. About to be able to continue, and are they going to halt the change? Lambule is going to come on for Bato, one would presume. I'd like that. Up against the team that released him at the end of last season.
It'll be very interesting to see then how does he cope then with those counter-pressing, because I strongly believe against Kukuni he was unable to find time and space on the ball. So in this game, he needs to do that whenever he comes on. But also defensive duties that Mbata has been providing for the team in that midfield.
Yeah, Mbuli always strong with space and on the front foot, but other departments need a bit of working on. An hour of football has elapsed here at Orlando. Pirates are now going to be making 2 changes. Apollos will be coming on, and Mbule will come on for Mbata, who's still receiving treatment right there on the corner flag. You might see him, which leaves Pirates down to 10 for the moment. So they need to have 1 or 2 extra players back defensively for the moment, and waiting to get the changes on. Maswanganyi just left something in there on Mokoena. Maswanganyi, the referee points at him. I saw that. It's probably what he said. But I'm playing advantage. Now he's going to reach for the yellow, I think. There comes the yellow, Maswanganyi.
Because I think also it's the second time that he's done that to Mokoena. In the first half he did that, he got a talking to. And yet again he does the same thing as well.
Is there some beef there that we don't know about?
Hope not. I just hope that it's just the competitiveness.
Ooh,
and
that is a nasty challenge.
It is a nasty challenge indeed on an Achilles heel.
Very late. Mr. Vardy doesn't want to debate. Chain is down just so they can get the changes on now. Back to 11 men. Apollos will be replacing, is it Van Rooyen? And then Mbule on for Mbata. So that changes the dynamic now, Teko, in terms of the right side.
Maybe they might also resort to maybe 3-man defense, but also you have Sibidebele that works very, very hard. He might also still be a red back that also allows, Orlando Pirates to go forward in numbers, because also defensive duties is always a workaholic, so that's not a problem, but he's not a natural defender, so he might be tested in that regard.
A worried face there for Coach Wadu. Mbata, expect him to have more than an hour or so, because of course he is playing only his first game of the season. Shane might have hurt himself a little bit making that save from Reyners. Well, it's the trip down the N1, or up the N1 I should say, north to Pretoria, and if it stays this way it's going to be a very happy return journey for a lot of those supporters. Good actors in the crowd here.
He's just waiting for the camera. Just
talented people. Flag says Pirates ball, so it's the Buccaneers who will take the throw in. Bele still slotting in behind Mofokeng on the right. Apollos has come over to the left. Pass from Apollos to Mofokeng. Madiba Matthews. Evans gives it away. Shot comes in. First contribution from Osmond Apollos. You know what he's come on to do. Try and get the team back into this encounter. Up to Reyners. Kasi with a cover. Not the first time, by the way, we've had a teenage captain of Orlando Pirates. You'll remember Bulelo Mabizela was given the armband and the responsibility when he first burst on the scene.
Yeah, he was an exceptional player. Bulelo OJ, starting as a right back, coming into the central midfield, central defense, very calm on the ball. And you see a lot of similarities as well. As much as Mbugazi is a big player, but also is very calm as well on the ball, very strong defensively as well. When he first came on the scene, Mabizela also in
under 10 matches and won his first cap, and those were the days when caps weren't just given away.
Yeah, you had to earn them.
Interesting to see what squad selection comes out from Hugo Bruce in the next week or two ahead of the World Cup qualifiers next month against Lesotho and Nigeria. Both of those being played in Bloemfontein. Could be a very big week for South Africa if they win both. Would likely book their place in the finals in North America, and there'll be quite a few players on the pitch here today who will be looking to be involved there. Here's Reyners looking for Matthews. Matthews is one who's possibly knocking on the door for the final selection.
Yeah. Just needs to be a little more consistent in his play, and whenever he gets those opportunities,
The finishing.
and the finishing, it's one of his work that's one of the things that needs to work on.
Nice work, Matthews. No, foul. Taken quickly by Nduli. Once Pirates on the front foot. Up to Apollos. First touch a little heavy. Sellers is so much more confident these days. Still missing Ribeiro's ability to side open a defence, but he's certainly trying his very best to fill that gap. Yoa will get the free kick.
And the yellow here, using his strength very, very well, using his body, be able to draw a foul there, knowing that whenever you give Apollos time and space on the ball, you know that it's gone, because it's very nippy. Want to play those 1-2s and be able to take those shots outside the box.
Siema gets the clearance there, only as far as Adams. Allende, Quena. Fabulous atmosphere here at the Orlando Stadium. On both sides urging the players. Here comes Mokoena now. Sees Modiba to his left. Modiba using his strength. Another challenge by Maswanganyi on Mokoena, but the whistle had gone before that.
That's going to force Sibidibili to be more aggressive, even though he's not a fullback. So that requires him now to do things that he normally doesn't do, because he's the one that normally causes problems for other defenders. Yet again, he needs to, he's forced now to be the one that does the defensive duties.
Trust there, Steve Contella and Coach Cardoso. Sales stretch it off. Sundowns with just the one change so far, injury enforced, of course, Zwane going off. But looks like they've got Divine Lunga standing by. Is rated the better defensive player on the right-hand side ahead of, on the left-hand side ahead of Modiba, so maybe they're beginning to already start thinking now, 20 minutes to go, about just tightening up any potential holes. Is this Mokoena range? Maybe a little far out for him. Let's see. He'll float this in. Header is from Cupido and is wide. So Sales to be replaced by Lunga. What does that mean for Aubrey Modiba? Is he going to slot into the middle somewhere?
He might slot into the middle somewhere, possibly maybe on the right-hand side where where Sales was playing, because we know Modiba, how comfortable he is on the ball. Sometimes he's been slotted, especially when Coach Ulani was in charge, he'll play more in the midfield.
Rainers Mbokazi having their private duel tonight. Right, 20 minutes to go here at Orlando Stadium. MTN 8 semi-final first leg. Cross from Apollos in search of Mahopa, cut out by Cupido. Another change for the Buccaneers. We have Tsepang Moremi on, and Maswanganyi goes off. Signed, of course, from Amazulu in the off-season. He's had a few run-outs off the bench already in Orlando Pirates colours. Kind of speed and width available now to the Buccaneers. Siema. Is he going to play a little bit more centrally that Moremi and Apollos are on?
And he might play a little bit more Mufokeng, that is centrally, because we know that with Moremi there's speed. He likes to play on the side, he likes to cut in as well, but Mufokeng is more comfortable as well playing in and around the box, in and around those half spaces. This is the foul that Mokoena.
Yeah, studs were showing here.
Yeah, they were indeed.
This challenge, but watch here. The studs are up and he catches Moremi. So, set piece, and Mukazi gets the header. Clearance away by Kekana. Here's Apollos, drives it goalwards, straight at Ronwen Williams. On-target shot for Orlando Pirates is their first of the game.
Yeah, this is a man that came on as a substitute. He loves shooting. Whenever he's outside the box, he feels like it is a shooting range. And there he is, with trying to use all those bodies in front of Williams just to distract him to hit the shot on target.
Rain's beginning to fall heavier than it's threatening to do. Disappointed with himself, Moremi. A lot of exciting signings. Orlando Pirates really went into the marketplace with a lot of talented players for this campaign. Big strong statement of intent, hoping to really challenge Sundowns this season. It's not gone to expectation just yet for the Buccaneers, facing now a third successive defeat. Mukazi. Lovely ball, and look at Ronwen Williams sweeping at the back. Need a bit of magic from him now. Bata. Moremi being watched by Kekana. He's given away the foul. It's cut out by Allende. Challenge from Siema. Good ball in from Mahopa, maybe a little too strong actually.
It was a good idea nonetheless from Siema. Seeing that pocket of space, he can actually maybe was let down by the power that he had, but he had a right idea because Mahopa was just running onto it. It was a good ball from Siema.
Now Matthews is the latest player in need of treatment. Side in there on the bench.
If you look at the injuries that is happening now at Mamelodi Sundowns. You have Sf1 with the muscle strain, you have Salas as well with the muscle strain. So that really, really tells you a lot about possibly maybe the amount of work that has been put in by the players, the number of games that they've played, but also then it taps into the depth and quality that you have. A lot of players now be able to get that opportunity. You've got the young Lisakus on the bench, you've got the Mapenas on the bench that can give you the dynamic going forward. I'm sure that maybe the coaches are looking to it.
And don't forget Peter Shalulile, we want him to get his 129th goal.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Now, Mokoena is giving instructions there to Adams. Mokoena actually came over to the bench and he was making suggestions to the coaching staff rather than the other way around. And he's gone to Adams to pass on whatever they agree to, the coaches. Bule gets himself out of potential trouble there. They really do need to be in Sundowns half, though, if they are to cause trouble. 15 minutes to go for the Buccaneers to get themselves level here. Otherwise, they'll be at a disadvantage for the return leg away from home. Bule let that slip, and now Reyners waits for Modiba. Forces him wide, though. Just tired of the chase that as much as you would have thought.
He have made those busting runs a couple of times down the flank, and Apollos did well there to be able to come back and help defensively.
Coach Wadu is going to have to answer a lot of questions, mostly from the fans. Defeat at home to Sf1 United, and then in Bloem in midweek against Gallants. Boremi. Tasted well. Now Kakana with the error. Makhopa could have fired a lot better.
That's miscommunication there between Lunga and Karan Kikana. Very unlikely for Mamelodi Sundowns to have those type of miscommunication at the back end. London Pirates could have benefited from that. Makhopa rushing that shot when he had acres of space where he could have actually advanced with the ball and faced Ronald Williams 1v1. Look at here. The hard pass was unable there to control that his ground, but look at Makhopa there playing that ball first time where he could have actually went on into the goal.
If he was going to hit it first time as well, he needed much more power on it.
Yeah.
Could also be an indication of fatigue. It's a very long debate about potential changes from the bench. In the meantime, Cupido just hoops it forward. Keep Pirates in their own half will be one of the priorities now for Mamelodi Sundowns. We are approaching the final 10 minutes. Craft at their disposal. Modemi's done well, gets us out wide. Here comes Sebele into the penalty area. Did Williams make a fine save there at the near post?
He did. Good touch there from Sebele using his speed and nearly catches Ronald Williams in the near post. Ronald Williams had to make that save. These are the rare times that London Pirates has actually tried to play the ball forward, and they look dangerous whenever they go forward, especially with the speed that they have. Good save there from Ronald Williams.
First corner of the game for the Buccaneers. Hotto swings it in. Makhopa hits the upright, or the post, I should say. Mbule, and the flag's up for offside. Well, they are getting closer, Orlando Pirates.
Yes, indeed. They're playing a better second half where they show so much energy. A good cross here from Hotto. Look at the jump there from Makhopa. It's very deadly inside the box, especially aerially as well. and he nearly got Orlando Pirates in the score sheet.
Inches away from the equaliser, Evidence Mahopa. It's the end of the race for Matthews. Mule, animated, wants to prove a point here against his old club. Changes in the offing for Mamelodi Sundowns, Batusi Obas to strengthen things up in the middle, and Peter Shalolile to maybe get a second goal. Does Tebs agree with the note or not? Where is he going to pass? See those notes eaten. I'm going to put it in his sock, I think. Modiba doesn't get the corner. There are 9 minutes plus stoppage time left. Here comes Peter Shalolile and Batusi Obas. Matthews, we know, is going off. Who's the other player to depart? I think it's Aubrey Modiba. Still checking the notes. Pizza order for the bus on the way home, you wonder. Yep, that's where you hide it. Adams, I wonder if that note's going to be a little heavy for Allende to carry in his sock.
For me, it'll be very interesting to see what's on that note.
Absolutely. We should ask him afterwards. Give us a look. Modiba had gone inside after Lunga came on as left back, so it's Obas for Modiba. No real change there, and of course Shalolile to join Raiders up front in attack. Shalolile scored 5 times in Sundowns colours against Pirates. Yes, Mahopa! Punch away from Rodman Williams. First touch for Shalolile, inside to Raiders. Allende wants possession. He's got space as well. Happy to hold possession here, let Pirates do the chasing. Survived a couple of scares in the second half of Mamelodi Sundowns. Foul from Polis. Yoa is the player down. To come and take this. Looking for Shalolile at the near post. It comes off the head of Hotto. The two Namibians battling away with each other. Greetings to everybody in that beautiful country who I'm sure are watching this absorbing cup tie on a rainy Saturday afternoon in Gauteng. Close to the end. Allende swings this away, free header. Oh, Tebogo Mokoena could have got a double there.
Could have got a double indeed. He finds himself free again inside the box. You can see how disappointed he may be with that challenge. He couldn't get the clear header of the ball. I'm not sure Sweden he realized that how free he was inside the box. Yet again, Orlando Pirates unable to defend the set piece inside the box.
I mean, they've got to get a few extra training sessions just on those set piece, working the defence of them. It's snapping down already this year. 5 minutes remain. But of course, a second leg to come. If it stays this way, it's going to be very nicely poised. Pirates fans will point to the fact that they've bounced back in the second leg against Sundowns before and won in the nation's capital. Here's Mbuli. Rainers. Mbuli, nice stuff from him. Mofokeng. This is Sibele Bele. Moremi. Watched all the way, Moremi. Good defensive work from Lunga. He'll get this upfield. Now the chase is on for pace. Supertrain out quickly. It's nicely done by Adams. Mokoena beaten to it by Luli. It's opening up a little bit here now. Sibele Bele on the attack. Rodman Williams has slipped. Equaliser. Pirates have levelled the score. Kamogelo Sibele Bele with his first for his new club. Pure pace.
Pure pace indeed. Good ball being played by Mbogazi to find Sibele Bele in that right-hand side where he started very, very well in the first half. Finding space, his first touch actually puts him in the right position inside the box. Was able to finish there with so much pressure of an equalizer from Orlando Pirates. This man has worked so tirelessly in this game, being able to play two positions as well. Look at the ball being played, look at that first touch. Lung as well being beaten by that ball. Of course, Reynolds, Williams as well slipping there, but no problem for Sibele Bele to put the ball in just the back of the net.
Just gets away from him. There's Williams' slip as he came out. Maybe that cost him, but Sibele Bele kept his eye on the prize. His 11th career goal, his first in Pirates colours. 1-1 the scoreline here as we head to the closing minutes of this encounter. And it's all set up now, Tego, for a wonderful return next Saturday in Atteridgeville.
Indeed.
Apollos, oh, he almost threaded through there for Moremi. Dooley holds his ground against Adams, his old colleague. Now Adams, Allende. Good challenge on Shalulile. Still waiting for goal 129. Peter Shalulile hasn't scored since they beat Esperance in the Champions League quarterfinal back in April. Can they get a second now? Mofokeng! Chance here for Radio Pane! On for Machopa.
You can see that Orlando Pirates are carrying that momentum again that they started with in the second half. Mofokeng slotting in into that midfield where he has those type of passes. Radio Pane making a beautiful run. Nearly caused problems for Mamelodi Sundowns defense.
This reminds a little bit of the Nedbank Cup final at Bombela not so long ago. Pirates coming from behind. 5 minutes to be added on, so we've still got plenty more excitement to come. Hotto to the back post. Siema was there. So was Obas. Well, the Ghosts are in fine voice now. This might be a chance for another one. Stout defending from Kekana, denying Moremi.
They're piling on the pressure. They feel like they can get a winner here.
This must do Coach Wadu's confidence as well, the world of good, the way they've played in the second half. Boule. Policy likes the shot from range. A little ambitious there, but they still have it. It was offside, by the way, against Mbule. Now the happy people signs eventually coming out. Mofokeng. Mbule. He was lost out in Mbule, a little slow in the distribution, gets it back again. Now Apollos, he's going to switch play. His players out wide, yes, the goal hero. Coming forward again, he's got Moremi to his right, he's going to go for goal. Not enough power.
Not enough power, and does he now become the new right back for Orlando Pirates, because he keeps adding numbers going forward, and that's what Orlando Pirates have in the Arsenal with the Shandu, with Van Rooyen as well. Now he's playing in that position with Moremi in front of him, but he is an outlet whenever Orlando Pirates trying to go out with that speed.
Well, this is not over yet. Another 4 minutes or so to go, and then another 90 next Saturday. Let's hope Stellenbosch and Sekhukhune can deliver as much entertainment. 6 o'clock kickoff tonight in their semi-final encounter. And also next Saturday in Polokwane. Here's Lunga. Obas getting his first bit of action of the season. Now Mokoena. Long range, Mokoena! Oh. We've seen some spectacular long-range shots in his time from Tebogo Mokoena.
Now we haven't seen the Mokoena special in a while. That just landed so nicely for him. And China as well, making sure that he carries that away with such power.
Came at some pace there.
Yeah.
Allende. Sundowns with a corner chance, and again they climbing in there and getting their heads to it. It was that Grand Kekana.
Yeah, I can see that in terms of set pieces, Mamelodi Sundowns have dominated in Orlando Pirates box. That's something that may be looking to solve, especially going to the second leg. Now that Orlando Pirates are conceded as well within that set piece, still Mamelodi Sundowns are able to find place inside the box with those headers.
Clearance from Nduli. Obas. Shalolile up there. Demanding he gets this forward. Tired legs from Hotto, but still battling away. Gives away the free kick.
Hotto, look at the time on the clock, still running, still giving himself, making himself an option, an outlet whenever they try to go forward. A player that is so consistent in Orlando Pirates lineup, work tirelessly on the left-hand side.
It's been another good advertisement for South African football here tonight. It's an early season as well. These teams look fit, they look strong, they look set for a good battle on all fronts this coming campaign. Of course, Pirates will be hoping to get back in the league race after a bit of a slow start. This will do their confidence the world of good, the way they bounce back here in the second half. Radio Pane. Moremi. From Cupido. Dion Hotto. Apollos is always lurking there, looking to get the shot in. Moremi battling away. Lunga will clear. Only as far as Sibelebele. Still Sibelebele. Here, the shot for Moremi, blocked by Lunga. Sibelebele out wide. The clock says we're in the final minutes. Can they snatch a winner here in the closing stages? He's got to hoop this forward now. Hanalem, Bukazi or Chain. Time is running out. Looking for Hotto on the left here. Needs a good first touch. Slipped a little bit there. That's good defending. On the right-hand side has been impressive.
It's been impressive indeed. Very solid in 1v1 situations, able to win the balls and draw fouls as well.
Play. Well, Mr. Bali says that's it. First leg ends in a 1-1 draw. Orlando Pirates fighting back after